Hello, I'm Doris Escenaro, and today I'm going to talk the investigation created by me and my college that is called Lemna Mirror Influence in the Treatment of Organic Pollution of the Industrial Effluents. This investigation is divided in 6 parts: introduction, background, methodology, data analysis, results, and conclusion. Introduction. The effluent from industrial process where the colorants and use present high concentration of organic matter expressed as chemical oxygen demand (COD), biochemical oxygen demand (BOD), and total suspended solids (TSS). The in-process use high bath radius, discuss large amounts of water. These effluents must be treated before being introduced into the industrial drainage system to comply with Peruvian regulation and avoid contamination of the reservoirs. The objective of the research was to determine the influence of the use of Lemna mirror in the treatment of organic contamination of industrial effluents from a dry cleaner, having a variables the contact time and the amount of species.
¿Qué te ríes?
Okay,
Hija, lo vi, mira, lo vi. ¿Te ibas a comer este papel? ¿Este de ahí? No.
Ay, Dios, no he entrado. Yeah.
Lo siento, voy a tener que bajarlo. No quieras.
Background. The research is of an applied type and experimental design with quantitative approach. The instrument used were the observations and the results of the analysis. Biochemical oxygen demand. Methodology. The sample was considered according to the convenience, the previously evaluated criteria, types of analysis performed, and the treatment proposed for which the sample was non-probabilistic. At the inferential level, the two-factor ANOVA analysis and HSD Turkey tests were used for the hypothesis tests. In the analysis of results, two types of statistical methods were used: Excel program, tool for describe analysis, and SPSS program, which allows processing in ANOVA analysis of variance and which provides the separation of means at the level significant by Turkey test at the 5% probability level. The total number of the sample was 70 liters of industrial textile effluents. These 70 liters will be divided into 3 types of treatment: 100 grams, 200 grams, and 300 grams of lemma and each of the treatments with 7 experimental runs. Data analysis. As we can see in the figure, we have the BOD analyzer and equipment of analysis. And we can see in the table 1 health quality monitoring protocol according to the HESA. We have the parameters, the method technique, and the bottle material. Lo voy a anotar porque no me voy a acordar.
Nunca había escuchado eso.
¿Te quejé?
Me he escuchado la radio. Sincronizados.
Ay, lo doy también hace cosas. Parts per million. Ya, otra vez. Oh. Una cosa de locos. Ya me falta poco. Results. Table 2 show the decrease in the average concentration of BOD as a function of time for a massing contact of 100 grams of lemna. The average BOD concentration in the initial time was 823 parts per million, when in a contract of 3 days, the average concentration of BOD decreased to 518 parts per million for 6 days of treatment of the BOD concentration. That was 369 parts per million. And for 10 days, the BOD concentration was reduced to a concentration of 319 part per million. In the table 4, the decrease in time average BOD concentration. In table 10, the decrease of the average concentration as function of time of the total suspended soils for a treatment with a mass of 300 grams of lemna the average concentration of TSS initial was 124 part per million. When being in a contact for 3 days, the average concentration of TSS decreased to 75 part per million. For 6 days of concentration of TSS to 51 part per million, and in 10 days the concentration of TSS to 99 part per million is obtained, obtaining an increase. Discussion. In the present investigation of influence of lemna in the treatment of organic contamination, a removal percentage was obtained expressed as COD 72.57%, BOD 5 as 73.36%, total soils as 75.21%, and in the first 6 days of the treatment with different masses of 100 grams and 200 grams of lemna there is a high percentage of decrease in the concentration of mentioned parameters expressed as organic matter, and in the treatment of 300 grams of lemna there is a decrease, but not in the same person. From the 6 days of treatment, there is a minimal reduction or increase depending on the lemna masses due to wilting stage, which decrease its assimilation capacity. But in both, it is to conclude that there is a decrease in COD, BOD5, and TSS in the treatment of industrial effluents with lemna. Conclusion. In the 3 treatments of 100 grams, 200 grams, and 300 grams of lemna it is observed that the parameter of BOD obtains as a greater removal at 10 days of treatment with a mass of 100 grams lemna and 6 days with 300 grams of lemna. For the DQO in the treatments with 100 grams, 200 grams, and 300 grams lemna a greater removal is obtained in the 10 days of treatment with a mass of 100 grams of lemna and 6 days with 200 grams of lemna. In TSS, there is a greater removal at 10 days of treatment with a mass of 100 grams of lemna and at 6 days with 300 grams of lemna. From the analysis of the parameters and measure organic contamination such as BOD, COD, and TSS versus contact time, we found there is an inverse relationship. As contact in time increasing, there is parameters decrease, but in the test carried out with 200 grams and 300 grams, it increased from 6 days. This occurred due to the increase of lemna that is during the treatment. Thank you.